let me start this with a disclaimer. Everything we say is not going to do what we're reviewing justice.
No.
Nothing I could say will do this game justice, but this is the 200th review I've done since I started back on YouTube back in 2020. And I wanted it to be important. So today I'm going to be reviewing quite possibly my favorite video game of all time.
It's definitely up there for me.
At least in the top 3.
Jesus.
Final Fantasy VII. So this is...
Where do you begin?
First things first, personal history. I didn't even touch this game until 4 years ago.
Technically, personal history, I mean, we had to have heard about it. Like,
oh, I've heard of it for sure.
We had to have. Like, we grew up, this came out in 97.
It was everywhere.
Everywhere. Everyone was talking about this, and Ocarina of Time.
This was basically the biggest PlayStation 1 game, bar none. Except for maybe Gran Turismo. But... I never grew up with this. I never grew up with this.
In school, at least my grade, all we were talking about was this. They were talking about was this and friggin' Ocarina of Time.
And Crash Bandicoot.
Well, yeah.
Mario 64, those games, but this was a landmark game in a lot of ways. It was the first Final Fantasy not made for Nintendo because Square got tired of their shit.
Well, it was going to be made for Nintendo.
But they didn't like the limitations anymore.
Of the Super Nintendo.
So they had a gigantic marketing campaign for the PS1. They're like, we're switching over to PlayStation, and did it pay off.
But we didn't, going back to personal history, we didn't really touch anything Final Fantasy. Not until Kingdom Hearts.
The first Final Fantasy I personally played was Final Fantasy X.
Yeah. But that was after Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts.
And funny story, though, because you see Kingdom Hearts. Look on the back. You see Cloud talking to Hades. I'm like, is that Sora as a Super Saiyan?
Why did I know you were going to say that?
Because it did. Cloud's hair back then...
It was pointed up like a Super Saiyan.
And it would look very similar to Sora. So my... God, how old was I?
Played Kingdom Hearts 2003, so you were 9.
Yeah, my 9-year-old brain. What else do I fucking think of? Dragon Ball.
Yeah, pretty much. I still think of Dragon Ball.
Yeah, who doesn't?
But
and then, I mean, we played that. Played
Final Fantasy X.
Final Fantasy X KH2, and then Advent Children came out. Watched that.
That movie sucks.
I think... Did I touch any other Final Fantasy games up until that? No, I mostly stayed in the Kingdom Hearts.
10 was the only one I had played for a while.
Yeah, for a while. I didn't even touch it. Then I got into retro gaming.
Yeah.
And this was one of my first... I got a PlayStation 1 for my grandmother, and this is one of the first games I bought for it. I played the hell out of it. I beat it.
The first time I played this...
And I was like, you gotta play 7.
It had nothing to do with you. I didn't...
Well, I just kept telling you should fucking do it.
I was talking to this girl. Not gonna say her name, because I'm not putting my personal info out there. We were talking, she's like, have you ever played Final Fantasy VII? I was like, no, I haven't. She's like, here's my Steam account, play it right now. So I was on my uncle's computer playing it on Steam, and I was like, oh.
But you didn't beat it on Steam. You know, you beat it on the PS3.
Because I had to give my uncle his computer back. So I was like, I'm just going to buy it on the PS4 version. I played through it on the PS4 version.
It's not hard. It's not hard to get this game.
You can get this game anywhere, which I did mention in my Panzer Dragoon video. But I own this on Steam, PS1, Switch, PS4. I had 4 copies of this game.
I just had the PlayStation 1.
But now to actually get into the game itself, where the hell do I start with this?
Actually, I mean, I knew the story, but I actually played Crisis Core before I played...
Yeah, you did play Crisis Core first. That's a separate video. I'm going to wait till the remake of that comes out to do a video on that game.
Oh, God.
But
I can talk about that one.
Yeah, we're gonna wait till the remake comes out.
I had more with that than you do.
Oh, you have a lot more about that than I do. So, Final Fantasy VII takes place in a world called Gaia, and it starts. You see this girl with flowers. I'll talk about her in a second.
She's not important.
No, not at all. Not important whatsoever. Walks out, and you see this giant. It was like a huge intro for a game at the time. It just pans out. You see all these buildings, and you see the Shinra Corp, and you see Midgar. Final Fantasy VII. It's like the greatest thing. And it's remade in the remake. Then it switches over from that.
Get to the remake. I don't know, this video or another one.
The remake deserves its own video.
Yeah.
Deserves its own video. But so this is where we get introduced to our main protagonist, Cloud Strife, who was a former member of Soldier. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
He's a mercenary, and he's been he's taken a job from a group called Avalanche to destroy
a Mako reactor. Now, what Mako is, it's pretty much the Gaia's life force.
Life force of the planet, as they call it.
But it also can be siphoned for magic, for power.
For anything, really. It's basically electricity. Except a lot more godly.
And more killing the planet.
Mm-hmm. So, Cloud navigates Barrett. Barrett's this big dude with an arm cannon. He's one of your main party members.
He's Mr. T.
He is. Goes through, destroys the Mako reactor. And they're like, what? And the other guys that are with you, Jesse, Biggs, and Wedge.
Star Wars reference.
They're like, are we doing the right thing?
I mean...
Yes and no.
No.
But
the Cloud's like, I don't really fuck.
Cloud doesn't care.
I'm
He's like, you're
money.
giving me the money. I'm good. We go back to Sector 7, where we meet Cloud's childhood friend Tifa, who is also a member of Avalanche. And they're like reconnecting, and they need Cloud.
Yeah.
They need Cloud on another mission.
Because Cloud's just OP.
He's stronger than all of them, so
he's the only one that can get stuff done.
So he's like, yeah, just pay me, and I got you. So they go destroy another Mako reactor. Cloud falls through a bridge and lives somehow. Runs to that
because he's got Mako in his cells,
which we'll circle back to that when we go more about Cloud's backstory. But falls into a church into a bed of flowers, and that flower girl there, her name is Aerith. She is there, and she's really innocent and naive, and you're very protective of Aerith, and I love Aerith.
Who?
Aerith?
It's Aerith.
Shut up! Oh my god, no, it's not Aerith.
Says so in the text.
Well, they're wrong. Every time I replay this game, I rename her Aerith. Every time. She's the only character I rename. That's the only character I rename. But she's being hunted down by Shinra. And because I'll get back to that.
She's a special. She's
very special. The Turk specifically, Reno, Rude, and Song, and there's Elena, I think the girl's name is.
I think that. Oh, it's not Cisne.
I think it's Elena. Okay. And she's like, "Hey, will you be my bodyguard?" He was like, Cloud's like, "All right." So
you remind me of my first boyfriend. Remember that?
Oh yeah. We'll circle back to that. Don't you worry. So Cloud gets her out of there, takes her home. And Aerith's mother is like, "Can you please leave?
Get out.
Just forget Aerith's here." So Cloud's like, "Okay." So he leaves. Well, she tells him that there was like a backstory with her husband not coming back from war.
Technically, Aerith is adopted.
Aerith, no, it's not technically. She is adopted.
Yeah.
Found this little girl in front of her dead mother. Because they had just escaped from Shinra. Because Aerith is the last of the Citra.
An ancient
being. We'll circle back to that.
Pretty much all you need to know is Shinra's
bad!
Shinra bad.
So he escapes, or Cloud leaves, but there's Aerith! She's like, "Hey."
Yo, what's up?
And Cloud's like, "What the okay.
You ain't diamond dashing me."
But during all of this, Shinra decides that they're going to destroy the plates.
Because
Because...
population control.
Exactly. So a lot of people die. Barrett
You
is...
try to prevent it.
You just can't. There's nothing you can do. So, Tifa, Cloud, and Barrett go to Shinra because Aerith is captured by Song.
Because she was protecting Barrett's
Daughter
daughter.
Marlene. Daughter.
She's adopted.
Well, you could tell she's adopted immediately.
Okay.
Just by looking at her. But anyway, they go to Shinra HQ and find Hojo.
Oh.
Creepy man.
He's a
Who's been the one experimenting on Aerith. And
he's a pervert, he's a bigot.
He's disgusting, and I hate him. But also, with that, you meet your next party member, Red 13, who is a red wolf thing.
He's more of a lion.
He's cool, though.
Yes. He can talk.
He's also a Citra, I think.
So he has ancient...
But then you get there, and there's blood just everywhere. There's just blood all over the place. And you're like, what happened here?
Well,
Enter Sephiroth.
Dun-dun-dun.
He came in, killed President Shinra. He's pissed.
Yes. And Cloud knows who he is.
We'll get to that in a moment.
So the president is dead, so now
So-
his son Rufus takes over. Now you would think, oh, it can't be that bad. I'd argue he's worse.
He fights Cloud. Cloud wins, but Rufus gets away. And Aerith, Barrett, Tifa, and Red 13 go fight some robot. And
They leave.
they leave. And then Cloud's on a motorcycle. He's like, hey, look, I'm badass.
Look at me.
So then you get out of there and you leave Midgar. And the game opens up like nobody's.
That was just the prologue.
That could have been a whole game in and of itself. Huh?
Wait.
Anyway.
Yeah, that would have been a whole SNES or NES game.
So we go over to the next town over, Calm. And Cloud tells you his backstory.
Yes.
So he left Midgar as a... Not Midgar. He left
Nibelheim.
Nibelheim. Ooh, Nibelheim. To go to Midgar to become a soldier.
Like
His
hero.
Sephiroth. He succeeds. And... I'll circle back, don't worry.
yes, but him and Sephiroth went on a mission back home to his home, Nibelheim,
And Sephiroth finds out his identity.
where he was created by Shinra using the cells of Genova, a calamity that fell to Earth.
Sephiroth is like, you know what? I'ma just kill everybody.
Because
And one of the most iconic shots in gaming. Sephiroth in the fire.
yep,
Cloud tries to stop him.
and that's when it cuts. Like Cloud and Sephiroth face off. They're about to go at it, and screen cuts. He's like, I don't remember what happened after that.
Pretty much. So now the whole mission is
Gotta stop Sephiroth.
gotta stop Sephiroth. So you go through places. You go through the gold saucer.
Good times are had.
Good times in her head. Yeah, oh yeah. Good times are had, alright. We find out
No
more
matter
about...
what you pick.
You go, you find out about Barrett there. I forgot what town the Barrett was from, but he and his friend Dine were,
They're like miners.
yeah. I think they were eventually attacked by Shinra.
Yeah, pretty much what happened was Shinra did something that messed with them, and it caused Dine to die, or so we thought.
Die. And his daughter, Marlene.
And Bear loses his arm trying to save him.
So Dine's daughter, Marlene, was now being cared for by Barrett. So as far as Marlene knows, Barrett is really her father.
Yeah.
Because she was a baby when this happened. But once you get to the gold saucer, they accuse someone with a gun for an arm killing people, and Barrett's like, I didn't do anything!
I didn't do it.
You find his friend Dine there. Barrett has a solo battle with him. Defeats the guy, and then Dine's like, Barrett's like, no, come on, let's work things out. And then Dine kills himself. And he's like, take care of Marlene for me, and just
Why?
he was too far gone.
Yeah, Shinra.
So Cloud is able to win a chocobo race and get them out of the gold saucer, and goes back on to chasing down Sephiroth. Some filler stuff happens, and then some major events happen. You gotta find something called the Black Materia, because Sephiroth wants to use it to summon a meteor, destroy the planet, and absorb all the Mako.
To go to the promised land.
And Sephiroth can do it, because he's that strong.
Because he can do it.
The thing you find out, they get to the Black Materia. Sephiroth has a mind connection with Cloud.
He pretty much has mind with anyone with Genova cells in him, which we find out Cloud does.
Mm-hmm.
How?
We'll get back to that.
Get used to that.
So Cloud gives Sephiroth the Black Materia, because Sephiroth controlled him.
Yep.
So now they have to go to the City of the Ancients to try and cast Holy to stop this.
Yes.
While doing that, Sephiroth flies down.
Well, actually, what happened was Aerith went on her own.
And Cloud's like, yo, we gotta save you. We gotta save her. Because Cloud really likes Aerith.
Yes.
Once they get there, she's praying. She's doing her thing. And then Sephiroth comes down and stabs her through the back.
None of that.
Sephiroth kills Aerith.
And there's no Phoenix down, no potion, no nothing. She's dead.
And before that, something really screwed up happens. Cloud's about to kill her because Sephiroth's possessing him.
Yeah.
He's able to break it, or she's able to save him. And Sephiroth's
So
like,
Sephiroth's like, alright,
I'll just do it myself.
You want something done right.
So Aerith is dead. All hope seems lost.
Holy, has been cast.
Oh boy, so that was heavy. It was a hard scene to watch. Because now you got to deal with Genova, you got Sephiroth, and you have no Aerith.
And you still have to deal with Shinra. Because they're still a thing.
Yeah. Oh, on top of
about?
that, during all that, you also meet Sid, you meet Vincent Valentine, you meet Yuffie.
Yes.
You get your
and
whole party
all of
together.
them have a common enemy in Sephiroth
And Shinra.
So everyone is linked to those two factors in some capacity.
Mm-hmm. So as the game continues on, you go further and you're trying to stop Sephiroth. And there comes a point where I forgot what Cloud grabs, but Sephiroth needs it.
Yeah.
Cloud gets possessed by Sephiroth again.
Again.
And this is where you find out Cloud was never really a soldier.
He never made soldier.
He was not cut out. He just couldn't do it.
He wasn't strong enough, so he was a Shinra infantryman.
Yep. And
Which is just like a normal soldier, a regular.
the person who actually made it into soldier was Cloud's friend Zack. We'll get back to that in a second.
Yeah.
Cloud is basically comatose.
It literally freaked his mind.
And for a little while, Tifa becomes the main character.
Yes, because Tifa best big.
Yeah. So Cloud is like, his mind is all whacked out. And these giant monsters start showing up because Sephiroth is screwing everything up.
Sephiroth unleashed the weapons.
Oh, Jesus Christ, and they're dicks.
The weapons are pretty much...
So you have to gather these things called heavy materia. I think basically just to screw Sephiroth and Shinra over.
Yeah.
Because if they get them, we're screwed. If you get them, you get Neo Bahamut or Bahamut Zero. So do that.
Yeah.
And Tifa's like, I'm going to save Cloud. So she goes into Cloud's mind
via live stream.
because they fall into the live stream after one of the weapons attacks
Yeah.
the island they're on. Zack became a soldier.
Zack was the soldier.
Cloud was his friend. Zack was very protective and very kind to Cloud.
Yeah, there was a mentor-mentee relationship.
Zack was Aerith's boyfriend. Tifa knew Cloud wasn't a soldier.
Yeah.
She just didn't want to tell him.
Yeah, because
They knew each other as kids. She didn't want to hurt his feelings.
Yeah.
Didn't want to mess with him. Because when she found him,
he
clearly thought he was a soldier.
Yeah, his mind was like warped.
What happened was Zack and Cloud get captured by Shinra.
Because the Nibelheim incident happened with Sephiroth. Zack's the one that fought Sephiroth. However,
Cloud actually defeated Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Somehow!
Cloud just has the strength.
Just had the willpower.
Yeah.
And everyone thought Sephiroth was dead. Shinra...
Because Sephiroth literally just jumped in the life stream, or got thrown into the life stream, depending on which interpretation.
They get... Is this when they got the Sephiroth cells put in them?
Yeah, they get captured by Hojo, and Hojo experienced because like, oh, they beat Sephiroth, so
Zack gets them both out of there. But he gets... There's so many Shinra operatives. He's like, I'm going to hold as many of them off as I can.
yeah, pretty much.
So
after
my
this
boy-
whole incident, Zack escapes and takes Cloud, and they're just like, okay, I'm done with Shinra. Nothing good's come out of this organization.
And
So
they're right.
Pretty much on the run, heading back to Midgar so Zack can see Aerith.
Zack realizes they're not going to get out of there. So he sacrificed himself so Cloud can live.
Yeah,
Passes on his Buster Sword. But I think it's because of the Sephiroth and the Genova cells in him.
it just the trauma.
Cloud, basically, ability and memory-wise, becomes Zack.
Yeah, he takes on some of Zack's personality also.
He gets all of Zack's abilities. His clothes, the Buster Sword.
Yeah.
Cloud basically becomes Zack, though he's not as cocky.
Yeah.
Cloud's a lot more reserved than Zack was.
Well, at the start of the game, Cloud was cocky.
Yes, well, I mean, he's Zack.
Yeah.
Cloud wakes up and he's like, guys, sorry.
Yeah.
But they're like, Cloud, you're still Cloud. You're Cloud to us. We love you.
Yeah.
So they're like, we got to put an end to this, and we got to put an end to this now.
Yeah.
So they go back to Midgar, kill Hojo,
Finally.
kill Heidegger, kill... What's the girl's name? Ruby? The lady? Scarlet. Lady Scarlet. Kill them. And then, because they gotta find Sephiroth.
Yeah, pretty much at this point, Shinra's done.
So they defeat Shinra permanently, and they're like, we gotta take Sephiroth down. So they go to the northern crater, destroy Genova, and battle Sephiroth.
The Sephiroth that's actually
Like,
been in...
actual Sephiroth. The
This is
one that's
Sephiroth
been
that fell into the live stream.
The Sephiroth you've been fighting the whole time was really Genova.
Yeah.
But Sephiroth's been controlling Genova.
Yeah.
So, ensue the greatest boss battle theme in history.
Dun, 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 dun,
They
dun,
defeat
dun,
Sephiroth. Cloud is pulled into the life stream.
for one final encounter.
And finally
obliterates him.
destroy Sephiroth once and for all. But that didn't have enough time to stop the meteor. So they're like, well, we're going to die. Aerith did cast Holy. Holy casted. She was just killed before it could finish. But the life stream stepped in, finished the Holy spell, and stopped the meteor.
Yeah, so this is Gaia, here's the meteor.
Oh, by the way, Holy.
Yeah, Holy's literally just branched it off, so...
And the game closes with a shot of Aerith's face, and... it's so beautiful.
And then like 100 years later when Red 13 and his sons are running around Gaia and it's kind of gone back to wildlife.
But let me tell you something. that story will hit you in the feels, no matter how many times you play it.
Yeah.
I love the cast. Sephiroth is a menacing villain.
He gets the job done.
I think someone said this. He's kind of like Darth Vader.
Yeah, I can see that.
Where he's there and he means business.
Yeah, you know Sephiroth's there. It's like, oh, fuck. How the fuck are we going to get out of this?
And generally speaking, he's more powerful than everybody, so...
Yeah, he is. It's literally a Darth Vader situation. Whenever you see Darth Vader, it's like, fuck.
Yeah, we're not going to win, and that's what it is with Sephiroth. So, story, I think, is very well done.
Oh, yeah.
Very well told. I didn't go through all of it. I went through the main plot points.
Yeah.
But
same.
there is a lot more in that game that I did not unpack for you.
Yeah.
But
we just leave them something to discover on their own.
We spent 26 minutes talking about the story. Let's talk about the actual game now. So this is a Squaresoft RPG from the 90s.
Turn-based.
It's a turn-based RPG. You have your basic attacks. You have your materia, which is, magic. You have your summons. You have limit breaks. You have a party of 3.
Yeah, it's gone down to a party of 3, whereas in the old games you could be...
Which is fine. It doesn't break the game or anything. But
no.
The game, however, is very easy to break if you use your materia correctly. Oh, man. Like, if you have Phoenix... You're golden.
Yeah, you're fine.
The game, though, can get hard at times, so be prepared.
Oh, the weapons.
Yeah, if you don't prepare yourself properly, some of the bosses will kick your teeth in.
Yeah.
Like Sephiroth at the end. He's got an animation. Lasts like 5 minutes, but it'll kick your ass.
Yeah.
But the gameplay, if you're not into turn-based RPGs, then this isn't for you.
Yeah.
But it actually works very well.
It's not a slowing down like, oh my god.
It's not like, say,
you're invested.
It's not like, what's another one? Like, I can't even say Pokemon, because Pokemon's really quick.
I wouldn't say it's like...
It's not boring, is the way I'm trying to describe
RPG.
it. There are boring RPGs out there, like Final Fantasy 13.
Fuck 13.
That's my point.
Ugh.
But no, this game's combat system, it's fast, it's fluid. All the characters do feel different.
Yeah.
Like, the one thing, though, and this might be a bummer to some of you, you have a party of 3, you can only really pick 2 party members. Because Cloud is always going to be on your party.
Cloud is the main character.
Yeah, he's
not one of those... It's not like an old school RPG where you're the main character.
No,
and the character you play is just an insert for you.
No, you're following Cloud's story.
This is Cloud's story.
Cloud has a name, he has a voice, he has a personality. This is Cloud's story.
I mean, Final Fantasy has been doing that since, I'd say, the NES, the Super Nintendo days.
The reason they did it this way is because in 6, there wasn't really...
But you could still change out who the main character was.
In 6, there wasn't really a main character.
Yeah.
There was the cast of characters. With 7, they were like, no, we want a central protagonist, and that's Cloud. The game is about Cloud.
4 and 5 had clear main characters. I'd say Bart and Cecil were definitely...
Well, same with Chrono Trigger. Like, Chrono was the focus of that game, but...
Yeah, but Chrono also... He is the focus, but he also harkened back to...
Or it's not like Mass Effect. Mass Effect's always about Shepard.
Yeah.
This is more like... This is like that. This is
one of those.
Cloud's story. But all the characters do tie into that. It's not just they're like there because to fill out a party. No,
everyone has an investment in this. I mean, yeah, he's going out. Severus going out, but no, everyone has some form of vendetta against Sephiroth,
and they all really bond together. They become a really tight unit. By the end of the game.
They all have some form of fuck them. Let's kick their ass.
Yeah, exactly. And the world, though, I gotta say this. It is a bit tedious to go through the world at times.
Yeah. Well, that was just how it was back then.
It worked in the 90s, and now with the new version, you do have the speed-up feature, so you can just...
Yeah.
So, there is that. But again, this came out in 97. I can't really give it too much hell for that.
Yeah.
Graphically, it has not held up the best. I got to be honest with you.
No, it's
In battles, it's fine.
It's PS1.
But oh god, like
Well,
the little clay arms
okay,
and
listen here. Back in the Nintendo days, that's just what the models looked like. Period.
Yeah, they were sprites.
They were sprites, and they naturally looked small, big arm, big head.
And they're memed about nowadays, but
Yeah, so they literally just took that and transferred it to 3D.
though there are a few CG cutscenes in the game, and those look pretty good.
Yeah.
I can only think of like 2 or 3, but they're in there and they're pretty cool.
Like-
The opening, the ending. Is there another one? Oh, and Cloud's character model for some reason is a giant upgrade in the final boss fight.
Yeah.
Like for some reason. Oh, the soundtrack! I can't not talk about the
So the
soundtrack.
ending and oh god, yeah, the soundtrack's just beautiful.
Oh my! This
It's very CD quality.
yes, but the compositions are so. I love the battle theme. I love the theme of the towns. I
Oh,
love
I love the soundtrack. I would get this on vinyl.
the song "One Winged Angel" has got to be my favorite piece of music in any video game. It is so good. That's why it's been remixed like 8,000 times.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's fantastic. It's beautiful. Like even the menu music is just like this. Along with this is I'm trying to think. There's no new soundtrack I like as much as this. Crash Bandicoot 2's is up there.
Yeah.
Sonic Adventure has a really good soundtrack.
Sonic Adventure, Crash Bandicoot 2,
This
Chrono Trigger, Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts, of course. Yeah. But no.
Which Kingdom Hearts? Just the series.
Yeah, pretty much. I'd probably go with 2 just because 2's my favorite game in the series.
3 has a lot of callbacks that I like.
Fair enough. But this game, if you haven't played it, I'm shocked. If you've never heard of it,
I'm shocked.
I'm shocked. There's a reason it's on every best of list ever.
Yeah, like this literally changed everything.
Like this is considered one of the greatest games of all time.
It's so popular that they literally they made the compilation because everyone just wanted more from this world.
Yeah, you've got Crisis Core, you've got Dirge of Cerberus, you've got Ever Children, you've got the remake.
You got the remake isn't part of the compilation. Last Order, you got the mobile game with the Turks, even though a lot of the compilation games don't hold up except for Crisis
You
Core.
got the First Soldier, you've got this, that, the other.
And now you got First Soldier, you got the remake.
You got the not Advent Children, Crisis Core remake coming out.
There's a reason why there's so much in Final Fantasy VII there's been in any other Final Fantasy.
If you go on
sub-series.
to the most popular Final Fantasy characters list, every single list of that has Cloud at number 1 and Sephiroth somewhere in the top 3.
Cloud is just your stereotypic and what you think of when you think anime.
There's a reason why when Smash picked the Final Fantasy character, it was Cloud.
Yeah.
I don't, like I said, I can't do this game enough justice.
The spiky hair, the blonde
He looks like
hair,
a Super Saiyan.
He looks like a Super Saiyan with the giant sword, the no sleeve shirt. It just hit the zeitgeist of cool.
It did. And the fact that he actually develops in the game, like as a character. Like he's not this douchey, reserved guy the whole game. He opens up. And you grow to care about Cloud and the rest of the team.
Yeah.
I said this at the beginning, and I'm sticking to it. I cannot do this game enough justice.
No.
If you haven't played it yet, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
It's on the Switch. It's on PlayStation. It's on Xbox.
Easy to get a hold of.
It's one of the best games ever made. That's not an exaggeration. It's in my top 3 easily.
Definitely.
And if you haven't played it yet,
do it.
Yeah, honestly, like if you're into turn-based RPGs,
do it.
You have absolutely zero reason not to play this.
Exactly.
Like this Chrono Trigger RPGs, you really should sit down and play. Apparently.
Yes.
I haven't played Chrono Trigger yet.
Oh, I love Chrono Trigger. Might be my favorite RPG.
I'll have to circle back to that. But for me, Final Fantasy VII is
It's so good.
so much so that I bought the remake twice.
Yeah.
But the remake's for another day.
Oh, absolutely.
This is easily a 10 out of 10 game for me.
Oh, absolutely.
I have very little, if any, flaws with it. And all the flaws I do have, I can overlook as being, well, it
This
came
is
out in
honestly
97.
the closest to a perfect game.
It's pretty much, this is maybe Ocarina of Time.
I can find issues with Ocarina of Time.
Fair, yeah, but this game. If you are a retro gamer, if you collect PS1 games, this needs
Why is
to
this not
be,
in your collection?
It should be. It's like getting an N64 and not getting Mario 64. Or a Super Nintendo not getting Mario World. Or a...
Just getting a Sega Genesis and not getting Sonic.
Yeah, honestly. So. Final Fantasy VII. Amazing.
Yes.
I love this game. I am so glad I finally put the time into it. Multiple times now.
Yeah.
I don't really replay RPGs, but this one I played through a few times, so.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's it for me to you for Final Fantasy VII. And I hope you guys enjoyed this 40-minute long video about Final Fantasy VII.
Sooner than I thought it was going to be, but
Oh,
whatever.
man. Anywho, you guys have a great one.
See ya.
Take care.